I still remember the sound of the gate closing behind me. It was heavy, like iron chains, and it echoed in my chest, louder than in my ears. I should have run that night, but curiosity is a dangerous thing. I was a stranger in the town, hungry, cold, and desperate for work. People whispered about the woman in the mansion on the hill. They said she was rich, lived alone, and never came to the market except once a month. No one dared walk near her house, yet that night I did. I saw her standing by the gate as if she had been waiting for me. She looked older than her years, her clothes fine, but her eyes hollow. She called me in a voice that was neither kind nor cruel, just lonely. She promised food, warmth, and a place to sleep. My stomach growled, and I told myself it was only for one night. The moment I stepped inside her mansion, I felt the air change, quiet, heavy, watching me. The walls seemed to listen. I ate, I thanked her, I smiled, but when I tried to leave, I found the door locked. She stood behind me, smiling in a way that made me feel small. That was the moment my story began, the moment I realized I was not a guest in her house. I was a prisoner. The first morning in the mansion was the longest day of my life. I woke up on a bed softer than any I'd ever slept on. For a moment, I thought I was safe, but the memory of the locked door rushed back. I tried the windows, bars of steel. I tried the back door, bolted shut. I even shouted, but my voice was swallowed by silence. The house was too big and too empty. She appeared at breakfast with a tray of food, fried plantain, yam, and stew. She watched me eat, saying nothing. When I asked why the doors were locked, she only smiled and said, "You will understand soon." My heart raced, but I swallowed my fear with the food.
After eating, she asked me to sit with her. She wanted me to talk about my village, my family, my dreams. It felt strange, like she wanted to borrow my memories. Her eyes never left my face. When I tried to stand, she touched my hand. Her skin was cold and her grip was strong. "Stay," she whispered. That day I realized she wasn't keeping me for work. She was keeping me for something else, something I could not yet name. I lay awake, too afraid to sleep. When I finally closed my eyes, I dreamt of people screaming, of faces pressed against glass, of hands reaching for help. I woke drenched in sweat, only to find her sitting at the foot of my bed. She was staring at me with an expression that was both tender and frightening. "Did you dream?" she asked softly, as though she knew. I didn't answer. She leaned close, her perfume thick and old, and whispered, "They always dream." That night, I realized I was not the first person she had brought here. Others had come before me, and the house remembered them. I asked why I was here. She shook her head and said, "Because I am lonely, and you are mine now." I wanted to fight, to break the doors, but something in her tone told me resistance would be dangerous.
That night, I sat in silence, thinking of my mother's voice, of the river in my village. I waited until she slept. My heart hammered as I tiptoed to the main door. I searched the house for a key, pulling drawers, lifting carpets. Nothing. Then I found a door hidden behind a curtain. I pushed it open and stepped into darkness.